and me are going to be doom scrolling Twitter-roonies. First up, we have a Nansen AI agent roasting a portfolio. Let's check it out. Right here, $71,000 in Yearn Finance. Ah, yes, I was here in 2020 and I'm not leaving. Special. Yearn at $5,000 plus per token, because why buy a car when you can own a piece of Andre Cronje's dreams? Ouch. Yeah, I had Yearn, man. It's just, Your portfolio reads like conservative DeFi dad meets degen altcoin uncle at Thanksgiving. You've got solid fundamentals with the Bitcoin and staking positions, but then you go and YOLO into gaming tokens. So it's kind of funny. Wow, AI agents are roasting people's portfolios. Yeah, it's an ode to 2020. Remember, friends, Yearn, look, Yearn Finance, it was the first fair launch DeFi where it let everybody participate. But then Andre Cronje went on later to regret it because he says, no matter how many tokens you give out to people, no matter how much supply you have, it'll always be your token. So you are always responsible. And I don't know how much supply he had, maybe like 10%. And then he gave the rest to the community. I don't know. I have no estimate. But normally what people do is they'll have them in the team will have like a lot more, right? So what ends up happening is, yes, people will always attribute that coin to your token, okay? But friends, we don't give a shit. We know the game. We know the game now. We've tried everything. We're trying to get network effects. Maybe we try to put some PumpFun streamer coin meta things, and all of them are just celebrity coin rugging. There's just no demand, bro, in those trenches, So it's hard. So the edge is not in the fair launch. The edge is not in that. The edge is in the cult, man. You need to turn the meme into a cult. People have to hold it more than just a meme, and then they have to survive through all the painful periods as a cult to turn into a neo-religion. Okay, Bitcoin did that. So that's what it comes down to, right? It's simple and easy. Try and make a cult. Try to get people to care about your thing when everything goes down. That's why with PulseChain, seeing tattoos, there's a pDAI tattoo now. There's hex tattoos that already exist. It shows you these people are going to be around, It's not guaranteed, but it shows you they're going to be around, okay? Here we have Dave the Wave. The essence of evil is not that one particular race sought to exterminate another particular race, but that in more general terms, a race can seek to exterminate each other. The essence of evil is when murderous hatred can infect the whole culture. Okay. Dave the Wave does a lot of, crypto, charting and stuff. Pretty cool. Dave the Wave, friends, I've noticed, because he's got, let's see, his follower count is 150,000. So he has commented on Charlie Kirk. He's questioned the narrative, but he does these like politically correct questioning. He's like, it's just not adding up. Bro, we know Bibi Netanyahu, $150 million. They tried to bribe him. Now they're going to walk it back. We're seeing it. There was no bullet from behind him, dude. George Zinn is an Ashkenazi Jew acting like a decoy, saying, shoot me so the real shooter can go away. We have no evidence of the kid being able to disassemble a rifle. That was 50,000 things that don't add up, bro. We know Kash Patel compromised. Donald Trump compromised. We know all of this, Habib. We know all of this. But I get it, friends. When you have a big audience, people want to toe the line. Like, oh no, I might offend some people. Bro, people are people. They're fickle in how they think. Stand for something. I stand for crypto. I stand for crypto. Don't care. Don't care who it is. I know who it is. Whoever has power, don't give a shit. I know what happens. You know what happens. Whoever has the power, they use the power. They print the money. They lie to you through the journalists. They lie to you through the scientists. They lie to you through the economists. They lie to you through the politicians. They all get bribed. They lie. They do the Cantillon effect money printing. They debase the population. They're paying off the debt. They're paying to get bribed and brainwashed again. We are in crypto land. We make everything transparent for a reason. All right. We remove the counterparty risk. Friends, if you hold your government fiat currency, you have counterparty risk. You know that? Because they can debase your purchasing power. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you have cash in your hand, is there counterparty risk? Yeah, but all right. You can still have the paper in there, but you don't have the value. You always have someone sitting in the middle debasing you. You always have that. What about that risk? You have the devaluing risk, yeah? Now the counterparty out there that you can't see that's deciding to bribe the insider politicians so they can print more money. Stand for something. Pep Lord. Bearish alert. PulseChain's main bridge has been down for 2+ weeks. New bridges exist, but trust is low. Optics look terrible. So here's Richard Hart. If your wallet's having problems connecting to PulseChain Bridge, you can use other front ends like Gibbs Finance or tokensex.link. Can't even connect wallet. So something interesting, friends. I think I went off script a bit. Remember, I speculated after Better Bank did the Better Rug. I speculated that maybe there's going to be a plan to... I don't know how I might have just totally fluked it. I might have totally fluked the script. Well, I guessed. I said, oh, I know what's coming next. You're all going to trap the bridge now. I said, that's what you're going to do. Get the gun. I said, I know what's coming next. You're all going to trap the bridge, okay? And you're going to watch everybody understand the power of pDAI because everything else is now worthless. The bridge has been closed, all right? That's exactly what the... friends, I think... Look, if I have no clue. No one's even whispered that I was on the right path. Which it could either mean that I was like on such high alert. It's kind of funny, man. Imagine there's like somebody in the background and he's got like a secret book and he's like, is Sommi remote viewing into my book right now? I've never told anybody this. Or did I? Maybe they're questioning themselves. How did I guess that? I don't know. But just to show you what that means, friends. Don't think of today. Think of in the future, friends. Okay. Think of, you know, if you have a country and you have like, you know, so you got airport security, right? Don't think of the people who might come in today. Think about if you have no airport security, what type of people are going to be here in 20 years? You know, right? A lot of immigrants. They might have terrorist cells. They might infiltrate the country. You see these bad things that can happen. Okay, but on a chain, it's the same thing. On a chain, we have paper fiat dollars, right? If they want to, they can just basically, if something goes wrong with the bridge, all the money on the chain, that's all the paper traded stuff, it's all worthless because the bridge can get hacked. That's why you need a natively decentralized stablecoin. And that's why I thought, well, wouldn't it be a fantastical false flag operation to show everybody how valuable it needs to be? I just didn't think it was happening so fast. So we'll see how it all plays out, right? Compounding means, learn from me, retardios. Come and witness what a real diamond hand Chad looks like. The whole I'm a buy a coin but cry relentlessly is the crypto scene is up for retardios and clowns. If I buy a coin and then change my mind about it, I simply sell it and go on with my life. I don't cry about it and hold and complain. Yeah, it's very true, sir, but not everyone's like that. Yeah, so not most people, what you see is what they will do is once you sell something, you like hate it, but not most. It's just there's a vocal few people that do it, and then they're very loud when they do that. Here you have a game being released, Kryptonite Show, Crypto Dip Before Moon, X game as well. So apparently, I think Solid Soy, I think they have an online gaming casino license. Go for your lives. I just don't like casinos. There's negative EV. I just don't. You can't even improve your edge no matter what you do. It's like you're trapped in a jail cell. That's why personally, if you want to go play, go be my guest. You know, I like the crypto casino, like the actual real altcoin stuff. Because there's positive EV, right? Number one. And number two, you can actually impact your odds of success. So like, you know, you can make a Twitter account. You can share it with friends and family. You can help boost the city up by making memes, making videos, making content, sharing it around, posting the chart, celebrating the price Trump go up, right? Joining Telegram. So all these actions, you're all contributing. Yeah, we're all individual droplets together, but individually we're individual droplets, but together you're like a big wave, okay? Like Dave the Wave, right? Pun intended. So you can all impact the odds. In a casino, you can't. You know, like friends, if you go play one slot machine and I go play the other slot machine, it's not like we have mad odds together. Like, oh, that one's hot. Let's go play that one. No, you're destined to lose. You know, so we'll see how much demand there is out there for these. Generally, though, people in crypto have a very negative perception with online casino games because they generally see it. Because I'm not going to shut my mouth. Just tell you the truth. Every online casino in crypto has been totally rigged. They even paid Gainsey, who rugged this celebrity coin. He was getting paid fake money in 2023 to say he was making like $500,000 per winning bet on Rollbit, and then that ended up just being a big cash out exit scam by everybody who was shilling it and stuff out here. So it is what it is. This is Maelstrom is Arthur Gazer's firm. Maelstrom will be judging live. these finalists at these different companies. Remember, Maelstrom recently dumped all their HyperLiquid tokens, all of it in one go, 3 weeks after Arthur Hayes says it was going up 126x. And he's attributing his dump to the reason of HyperLiquid's getting $500 million of unlocks per month for the team, and they will be dumping it. Trust me. If you've been waiting all this time, and they're going to be cashing out the crap out of this thing. But they have a buy and burn. However, it's only 17% of the unlocks. So the buy and burn is $80 million a month, but they're unlocking $500 million a month. You know, so we'll see how it all plays out. Remember, I know a few of you are holding HyperLiquid. So give me your thesis. Give me your thesis if you're still holding, because friends, you got to understand from my perspective what happened is people sold PulseChain, pDAI and stuff, okay, and they've gone and bought HyperLiquid because they're thinking, friends, you got to understand, man, like if I keep calling out scammers, I just become a target and it gets boring because there's just a new face every time, okay, but they're not all scammers, they're just grifting, you know, and they're just very good at talking. So there's a buyback meta going on. Oh my God. Like, we got to go through this again, do we? Friends, your friend Sommi, friends, I've literally been making content about this for over 2 years. Buybacks are not just a solution. Look at HyperLiquid. Friends, they literally wasted $100 million to do this buyback. And friends, it literally look at this. In 7 days, it has already retraced 40% of the move. So I really want you, friends, to understand what's going on here. I've just made a post here just to show you, look, if the PumpFun team, if they were watching my YouTube channels, they would actually know this. But, you know, I get it, man. You got $700 million comes your way. You're like, you know, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I get it, man. I get it. However, you got to see it firsthand, Habibs. You got to see it firsthand. And literally, you've just wasted $100 million. All you've done, you have given profit to Thread Guy and everybody else who's been taking profit. So well done. You wasted $100 million of your treasury to be exit liquidity for people who said they believed in you, but they don't actually believe in shit. By the way, they could be dumping themselves. I don't know. So, friends, this is the thing, man. Look, if you want to know, okay, tell me what's the answer? What's the answer? The answer is, okay, when you're doing a buyback, friends, you want to be the buyer of last resort. Yeah? The buyer of last resort. So, friends, if you want to do a buyback, you don't want to be buying it up. You want to do the smart thing, which is leave your treasury there. And if there is a long, rounded off, very undervalued period for your coin, you slowly accumulate because you're grabbing a large supply off the market. Okay? You don't want to be buying your thing up straight up only. Who are you paying here? You're paying people who are leveraged long and they're going to dump on you, which they did. Do you see? So look at this. You should have never done anything. You should just let it do this. And you slowly accumulate. And then you accumulate a lot of the supply. Right now, they've accumulated, I think, like 7% of their supply. Yeah, man, but if you let it do this, right, you might accumulate freaking 15% of the supply. But they're not going to do that. Why? Because it takes too long. Because, friends, when you are surrounded by jeets who are non-believers and infidels, and they don't have a long-term view on anything, they can't fathom the thought of this not moving anywhere for 5 months. They wanted to go up now. Okay, well, there you go, bro. You get dumped on straight away. So people took profit on PumpFun. Now they're rotating into other stuff already. Do you see why Richard Hart would be a retardio to blow the funds right now? It's a total waste of time because people would sell him and then go buy into HyperLiquid and then they get dumped on by Arthur Hayes and then it goes down. Then they sell that and go buy something else. No, you don't do it yet. It's not time yet. You need the business cycle to be higher. That's it. This is Mert as well, friends. A comment from Mert. Remember, Mert is a Soylana Maxi. Mert, I made that video on here. Mert said, everyone thinks I'm rich, but I'm not even a billionaire. And then people end up revealing in the thread, he's got $100 million of soy. He's making $1 million a month in Soylana inflation rewards. Oh, God. It's got how out of touch are people? Is this what happens when people get money? They're like so out of touch. They're like, I'm only worth 100 million. I'm not even a billionaire. 0.1 billion is not a lot of money. Remember, that was a famous quote from James Wynn after he blew 100 million. Friends, I don't think you need me to repeat this to you, but even $10,000 is a lot of money. You know that? Yeah? Because $10,000 can be invested, and man, crypto's growing huge, friends. Crypto's growing at huge rates. It's growing at 60% per year on average. So 10 grand today is worth 100 grand in a few years. That's a 10x. Yeah, it is worth a lot. Even $1 million is a lot of money. $1 million invested could turn into 2, 3, 4, 5. You live off the yield. I know you don't need me to tell you that, but you know what I mean? So let's see what he has to say. He's talking about Trump. I called Ozempic the fat drug. Sometimes it works for people, but the ones I've seen, it hasn't worked that well. I have friends that are fat, and they said, I lost some weight. I said, you don't look like it to me.
Like an Ozempic or...
So that is Donald Trump's quote. Mert, this is propaganda. Moonjaro 100% works. It's insane how much it works. I lost 50 to 60 pounds in 1 year by basically changing nothing else. It also helps you quit nicotine. I quit with 0 relapse. It should be in the public water. Very interesting. When it comes to health, just be careful, friends. I can't judge people based on their health because, like, you know, friends, I don't know how I'm alive at this point. And then I'm doing 18 hours a day. You know what I mean? Also, I got to remind everybody as well. Every week, I get the public message. Sommi, you look like absolute shit. I got to remind you, friends. Because I don't tell you everything I do, okay? Because I'm not that interesting. But this is, friends, no word of lie. When I wake up, I'm recording in literally like 20 minutes. So in 20 minutes, I scan all the news, make posts, make juicy news, brush my teeth, running out, friends. You know, while I'm brushing my teeth, I've got the loudspeaker. I'm listening to like a fast forward of a YouTube. Okay, you're gonna laugh, friends. You know when I'm wee-weeing, when I'm actually wee-weeing in the toilet, yes, I have the phone. It's on the top of the toilet, the basin or whatever. And yes, I'm either tweeting with my left hand, or got to be careful because there's a lot of driblets, or I'm just listening to someone on still massively 2x speed, and I'm like, yes, I don't waste a single second, and I just come here. I don't have time for hair or anything else, so that's why I'm literally, it's straight out of bed. I'm here 18 hours a day, okay? 18 hours a day. And, you know, you always get people who say, but what about touching grass? Look, if I could show you what crypto looks like in 10 years, what you would see is lower growth rates, more competition, tougher ways to find edge. It's harder to make outsized returns because there's too many people in, there's too many eyeballs, and there's not enough surprises. That's what the future looks like. How do I know this? I'm day trading, friends. Day trading. I know what happens when an edge gets chewed up over time. It gets exponentially harder to make returns. Now look at the stock market, right? Look at the stock market, friends. If you can make 20% per year, you're beating Warren Buffett. But the S&P 500 does 10% per year. You see? So we're living in a golden age still. But crypto looks like poop right now because of 8 years ago, Bitcoin was growing at like 150% per year. Now it's down to 60%. Eventually it'll be 50 and 40 and 30, right? Remember, friends, HoneyXBT got revealed as well for a $10 trading account. Are people really mad at Honey for having a 1,000% larger account balance than the average crypto participant? So, basically he's saying everyone's like dirt poor, worth zero, or in debt, and she's got a $10 trading account. It's literally $10, man. I could have... Oh my God. I can't, man. I slobbered over myself in laughter. I was like, you're telling me all of crypto Twitter has been worshipping an Indian girl for 4 years for her trading, and she's been trading with $10 the whole time? And now you can't even simp for her because it got revealed she has a husband who is trading with a $100 account. And he's, oh my gosh, what an embarrassment. There's a simple explanation when you think about how public HyperLiquid is and how trivial it is to track down people's wallets and balances. The simple explanation is she's an engagement farming LARP who's cherry-picking P&Ls from candy-sized bar positions to funnel people to her paid group. I don't care that much, just surprised to see you white knighting. Whatever. So, yeah, man, the white knighting, yeah. White knighting gets you nowhere, friends. You know what I mean? Girls would bang a homeless dude with enough charisma. The Mo, I will not pay anyone to use my referral code. Interesting. So there was actual video from Gainsey in 2017, friends. So me and Matt were trading Bitcoin, catching liquidations and stuff. And other KOLs, what they were doing is there was a referral code Meta, and everybody was shilling their BitMEX referral code, and they were making like income off it. The income wasn't that much compared to today, but back then I guess it was a lot. Like they were making, you could make $300 to $500 a month, or like every couple of weeks back then. That's what I got that from Gainsey, looking at those numbers. Now back then that was huge. Why? Because Ethereum was only around that much, right? It's like you're getting an ETH every 2 weeks. You know, right now an ETH is 4,500, right? So that's the equivalent. But then the meta died. The meta died. Remember I made my video for you, the evolving meta game of crypto. It changes every year. Then it moved into DeFi season and stuff. So yeah, man, it's tough. A lot of these people, oh man. I know a lot of people are curious. They're like, hey, what do you do with the income? What do you do? Because like everything goes down. Look, friends, it's one trade, dude. We're all in one trade. It's just that we need the business cycle to go up because we get the biggest upside. Yeah, like if you don't like this, I guess next time you just have more Bitcoin and more US dollars for the whole cycle. That's it, you know. But we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. Here is a Sassel retweet. Vivek. Digital asset treasuries are the new institutional heavyweights growing crypto. DATs are here to stay. They are stewards of capital and yield. They bridge TradFi and DeFi. Speaking of that, friends, the Bitcoin treasury, I've made a hyper warning, and I've got to make another hyper warning for you as well. MetaPlanet, friends. MetaPlanet, that's actually, I'm gonna show you MetaPlanet and Empery. All right, MetaPlanet's MNAV is down near 1. So remember what this means is it's the ratio of the Bitcoin theoretical value on their balance sheet versus the open market price. So basically, the Bitcoin on their balance sheet, based off their stock price, because to get access to their Bitcoin, you got to buy their stock. So if the stock goes really, really, really low, theoretically, you get to buy the Bitcoin. Now, it's meant to be at a premium. Well, that's kind of, man, you Bitcoin maxis, man, you're smoking some mad crack this cycle. Like, you guys actually think the world is going to give you a permanent premium for the world's most volatile asset that can drop 80% every few years and wipe the shit out of everyone? You really think it's going to trade at a premium forever? Yes, they actually do. Oh my God. Like I said, friends. Oh man, you really need me to tell you you're in a club. There's 500 dudes, Bitcoin maxis. You got your eyes closed. I know, there's one girl, she works the door. I know, she's selling tickets. But there's 500 dudes. It's a gay club. You close your eyes, you kiss someone. Sure, it could be the girl at the front door. There's a 99.9% chance you're just gay, man. Just come out of the closet, Bitcoin Max. Friends, you think you got a problem? These guys, these friends, they're all wrecked. You and I, we know they're altcoins, bro. They're basically just JPEGs that live on the internet. They can go to zero. Yeah, but they're in stock market boomerland. Friends, they have billions of dollars of market cap, but not our Ponzi money. They've got stock market money. There's a board, there's a water cooler, there's reporting regulations, there's the securities commissions in each country, there's a director, there's a CEO, there's shareholder meetings. You got mums and dads. You can't just be like in crypto, well, it didn't work, we're done. No. You got the pitchforks, man. These are the people, friends, when they put in $80, if they lose $80 in a stock, they want to like literally murder the CEO. In crypto, if you cry about losing $80, people say, bro, I'm going to ask you nicely. Shut up if you've lost less than $80,000. I don't want to hear you whinge. We attack people for wasting our time if they haven't lost enough money because they haven't justified enough of a loss. We don't want to hear them whinge. That's the crypto spirit because it's do your own work, take your own risk, you know, grow your own orange juice trees. We have that vibe in here. It's pure capitalism markets, right? But in stock market world, it's not. So friends, the Bitcoin on their balance sheet, it's going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And what does it mean? It means the demand for the Bitcoin stocks is running out of buyers. Friends, this is Empery. Empery is already trading at a discount. So this is 0.775. So pretty much, you know how Bitcoin's about $112,000 or whatever? If you do 112,000 times their ratio, that means the Bitcoin on their balance sheet is $86,700. So if you bought their share, theoretically you own Bitcoin. That's at $86,800. But then what? Can the share price go lower? Absolutely you can. That's what, oh man. Gosh, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Oh well, we'll see what happens. Thank you to Mr. Crusher. More alpha on Hex encapsulated stakes. Layer 2 tax advantages. Sounds like pDAI. Here we go, sir. Thank you very much for these wonderful videos. Let's see Mr. Crusher's video here from Richard Hart.
Smart. Good design. Bless you, Richard. Merry Christmas. Thank you. And good question. I'm glad he asked that. Wonderful question. A lot of people don't understand that that feature exists, and it could be very useful for them to know it. Can you build a function that puts the interest back in without receiving so we compound tax-free? Not in layer 1, but you might be able to do that in layer 2. And, you know, some people can compound tax-free, but like I said,
let's go back. This is this is very hot. Sounds very close to pDAI. Let's go back and listen to what. Let's go slowly.
Tax-free.
Let's see.
Can you build a function that puts the interest back in without receiving so we compound tax-free?
Can you build a function that puts the interest back in without compounding? So it's a tax-free thing. Huh. He said you can do it, remember friends, with PulseChain to speed you up. The 5996 wallet, the Vietnamese dong kid with a big fat dong. Remember, I broke my lollipop. It's coming, friends. I've ordered a new lollipop. Okay. That wallet sent transactions to a PulseChain layer 2 Arbitrum. But we can't see what they actually did there because we don't have an Explorer built to look at it. We just see the exit transaction, okay? So the theory is that you can transfer value from pDAI or the chain and get a tax-free event. And speculating it's using borrowing and lending things. I'm not sure exactly how it would work out, but that's what this is a secret Easter egg in one of a Richard Hart 3-hour stream out here.
Not in layer 1.
See, he just said not in the layer 1, you can't.
But you might be able to do that in layer 2. And, you know, some people can compound tax-free, but like I said, jurisdictions are different. So if you did encapsulated stakes, you could have a feature like that.
Encapsulated stakes. So I think basically what it means, friends, is kind of like a tax event, right? This is the thing, okay? If you have a token and then more tokens come in, it's like a dividend yield. You get taxed on that. All right? So I guess what they're doing is they go, oh, wait a minute, let's just invert it. If you have your token, it doesn't earn you any yield directly. But this is a claimable ownership somewhere else. So you don't get direct tokens here unless you go out here and claim it. And I think that is the workaround. I don't know. I don't build these things. I'm just, you know, a humble squirrel who holds his own nuts. Mr. Crusher, this is a... Vince, you gotta understand, okay? On one hand, Eric Wall's saying, the fat man, Ethereum fork, fat man, crypto lop. On one hand, they're saying it. On the other hand, I'm like, dude, he was tiptoeing around the hints 4 years ago. 4 years ago, friends. This is literally StableCoin SuperCycle stuff. This is 2021. Do you want to know what they were doing in 2021, Habib? They were buying dog coins and gaming and metaverse and NFTs. Wag me. That's what they were doing. This guy's thinking about StableCoin SuperCycle. And he didn't say, hey, StableCoin SuperCycle, guys, look at me. He said he's tiptoeing around. He goes, maybe if, maybe someone may have appropriated it. Wink, wink. Not me. We'll see if it all works out, though. If it doesn't work out, I don't know, friends. We'll just get an honest job like a plumber. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one.